Hey everyone, my name is Jayden Nelson, and today I'm going to be talking about my artist that I have chosen, who is Angelika Arendt. So, who is she? Angelika Arendt is a mixed media artist that creates ceramics, sculptures, and drawings. She is from Stuttgart, Germany, where she works from home at a manageable size so that there is plenty of room for her artwork to be at. Her work involves in textile designs and fine art. And just letting you all know that some of these words will be in Italian or German, so if I don't pronounce those correctly, please forgive me. Um, but Vita, which is actually Italian for life, um, and Angelica's Vita, she was born in Boblingen, Germany in 1975. And then later on, she studied in Reutlingen University of Applied Sciences and Textile Designs in 1995. And then 3 years later, she studied a semester at the National College of Art and Design in Ireland. And then 20 years later, she studied at the State Academy of Fine Arts in Karlsruhe, Germany, where she became a master's student with one of the professors that taught at the academy, whose name was Helmut Dorner. And to explain a lot more about how she creates her artwork and sculptures is that she creates and gives is a invitation to immerse ourselves in the delicate ornamentation of the plant-like structures that reflect the processual nature of art and life. A quote that was used from Kunke Gallery. The way she creates her work is almost as if they are leading their own lives, kind of like how we lead our own lives through growth and progression. And it feels that in the sculptures, life is expanding in certain areas of the composition. So if we look on the sculpture on the right, from that is Pom Pon, that was made in 2016, which is made of modeling clay and porcelain. We can see how if we view near the center of the sculpture with all the wavy lines, we can see that from starting at that point and just zooming out, we can see how the dots and also the lines expand in such a way that it is growing significantly from that one point, but also can affect in different areas of the sculpture as well, like from the top with all the rounded sphere-like dots, and then also the bottom where it is like expanding, never ending. And the forms that Angelica creates in her drawings and sculptures retell the natural process of growth and vegetation that we see throughout nature in the outdoors. And each sculpture can contain many examples of botanical structures, honeycombs, dripstones, and coral reefs that you can see on the exteriors of each sculpture. And the forms that she encompasses a multiplicity of amorphous structures that create that Angelica creates with fundamental geometric forms that are characterized by an intense degree of concentration, detailed elaboration, and precision. Like as we can see as some of the sculptures, she really put in a lot of details about all the small dots, all the wavy lines, and all the drips as well that we can see that she has incorporated look really precise about how she wanted to create that natural growing process on the sculptures that she's made. And that concentration of details and patterns that Angelica incorporates contain many pearls, contours, rhombusses, stripes, and blossoms with abstract lushness and morphs that give a living narrative pattern that creates myriad stories for the audience to view and feel as we may witness Angelica's artwork. And just to show a few examples of her sculptures and artwork that she's made. So this one was made this year called Artemis, which is made of ceramic that is 32 by 15 by 15 centimeters. And the photo was taken by Eric Chernow. I think that's how you pronounce it. But as we can see, Angelika uses a lot of precision details on the small dots of the sculpture, and it kind of looks like she may have added this on a jar, or possibly something else that has given it this form, or possibly started it with a small dot and progressively started forming it all around it, especially when applying all the small lines that could look like waves um, moving from one end to another. And the small dots could look like bubbles or like small organism dots that later on, as we zoom out, could see how it is forming and growing all around it. And another example is this one called 150 Jarre sculpture, where it is, I believe, one of the biggest sculptures that Angelika has made. That's 157.5 width by 196.9 height and 1 D, which I do not know what that means, but I would think maybe length. But all of this is in inches, which makes it one of the biggest works that she's done. And how she makes it, I believe she uses also ceramics or possibly clay to um, put one end of the sculpture to another from top to bottom, and how it is like dripping down, um, showing how possibly her sculpture is growing from the top to the bottom or bottom to the top, and how it forms and changes color as it wraps around within the room or a certain area of the room. It's really amazing and really pops out from all the white negative space that's all around the sculpture, especially color-wise. I mean, we could see from red, green, and purple. The green and purple almost look identical to each other, but thus making it almost look like one color. But there's also red that really pops it out, which is really interesting and a good artwork. And then these are the citations I use when creating these PowerPoint, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And feel free to research more about Angelika if you're really interested in her artwork.